सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला। पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो FBCTV पर हम सफर में रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।
Boleh sebentar kau dengan itu mampu. Gua nggak usah nih lanangan itu mampu. Nimbula, ayo Mr. Ben.
Lapa?
Nah, bagi kira menol kini dia lebih mata kamoni sih kena fangarong bukan.
Bula FM. Nama dua ada selling. Tonight, Vunindilo Bridge in Wailoko deemed a risk to public safety and closed to all traffic. More than 90 workplace accidents for the Fiji Roads Authority, and hot weather to last a few more weeks. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate, and this is FBC News. Thousands of residents from settlements in Wailoko outside Suva will face disruptions as the Fiji Roads Authority has closed the Vunindilo Bridge for at least a week. The sudden closure happened at midday today after inspectors identified a serious rust problem on steel beams supporting the bridge, as well as a failed beam. Chanel Sivan reports.
This is what people found when they tried to get home this afternoon. Barricades blocking of access to all motor vehicles. Residents of Wai, Marata, Koia, Vatalekam, Bali and Korolailai will have to cross this bridge on foot for at least a week.
One
biggest difficulty when the bridge is closed is to try and get the sick and mothers across. There are close to 5 to 6 villages here.
When FBC News arrived at the site, engineers from FRA were inspecting the bridge and deciding if a temporary bridge was needed to allow light vehicles to get across. In a statement, the Roads Authority says the closure was regrettable, but due to the seriousness of the issue, they had no other choice. Buses and taxis had to stop on either end. Many people were frustrated, having to carry their groceries and other items across the bridge. Some will have to walk for miles.
Now with school about to begin and the bridge closed, this will really affect students. There are quite a number of school buses servicing these routes going to Suva, and now they will have to travel quite a distance to catch the bus.
Faisal Ali and his team were collecting empty bottles in the area. They are stuck on the wrong end of the bridge. When we came, engineers were here. We told them just remove the gravel so we can go across. The truck could have gone across that time. They didn't listen to us and poured more gravel. Our boss told us to stay back. I have my family at home. A serious corrosion to steel beams supporting the bridge and failure of one of the beams at the bridge abutment means there will be some serious and extensive repair that needs to be done before the original bridge can be used again.
Slowly going down, so it's unsafe for motorists and pedestrians to go past.
For now, the only way through this bridge is on foot. Since the closure is expected to be for 1 week, thousands of people will face some sort of disruptions. Chanel Sivan, FBC News.
A New Zealand-based company that holds most of the current road contracts has decided to take a proactive stance to avoid accidents at work. Fulton Hogan General Manager Peter Watts says this is vital given the number of accidents that occurred last year.
A total of 97 accidents occurred last year involving its workers. According to the company, 28 of these accidents were high risk.
We had 9 people seriously injured, serious enough to seek
medical attention. 5 of those needed time off work. And the most serious of that nearly had to have his foot amputated.
Watts adds that there is a need to create safety awareness amongst workers. Workers have been warned to be more transparent and forthcoming in reporting accidents that occur within the workplace to assist in the protection of colleagues. Those who fail to do so will be taken to task.
We require an improved attitude to safety. We've come a long way, but there's lots more to gain, lots more to be done.
Watts took time to thank staff for their hard work last year as they look forward to completing major projects all around Fiji this year. Wasita Kote Wasa, FBC News.
For the first time, Fiji National University will be offering Bachelor of Law degree. There will be 2 separate courses, with one to be managed by a top university from the United Kingdom. Neelam Raj reports.
The 3-year LLB program will be offered in partnership with University of London.
We will be running the program from Nasino campus. And if you're wanting to graduate with the University of London degree, then you will enroll in University of London through us, but you will take classes with us.
Dr. Mahendra Reddy confirms the second law degree program will be run and managed locally. There is already a framework in place.
With respect to staffing, we have got already 2 professors who have got PhD in law and have litigation experience, and also have research and publication experience to kickstart the program.
The fee structure for both law degree courses are similar, and interested students need a minimum of 250 marks in the Fiji 7th form examination to be eligible. The FNU has also introduced an executive Masters in Business Administration program.
Basically give more than you take, and to leave things a little better than you found them. So I'm really looking forward to that. There are tremendous opportunities with all of the campuses.
The LLB program will cost around $12,000. While the program is expected to begin by the end of this month, FNU is confident that a good number of students will enroll. Neelam Raj, FBC News.
The hot weather conditions around the country are some of the highest temperatures Fiji has recorded in recent years. The Nandi Weather Office says the heat is likely to continue for at least another 3 weeks. Aliti Vervo reports.
We're in the middle of summer, and according to experts, it will take nothing less than a tropical cyclone to cool things down.
It is going to take some weather to come over Fiji, like a tropical cyclone or a disturbance, to really come over Fiji to pour down. And only then it can cool down the heating that is going on over the country right now. The negative side is not good to have a cyclone or a bad weather system, but that's how the mechanism of the weather happens.
Amniasi Tundraki says that the current hot conditions are caused by 3 main factors: our closeness to the sun at this time of the year, the extreme heat trapped in the oceans surrounding Fiji, and the humidity in and around our islands.
Right now, as we in the summer, we are near to speak. The sun is very closer to us than during the winter time. So the expectation is there that the heating will be there, or the heat will be there, first of all. Secondly, that what is generating the heat that is around Fiji, that we have that is in our waters now is about 29 degrees. This temperature of the heat inside these waters is trapped there, and this is the heat that is generated to the atmosphere that maintains the heat around this Fiji area.
Tundraki confirms that the heat from the sea alone stands at 20 degrees, while humidity is at 27 degrees daily. He says Fiji has been averaging between 33 to 35 degrees daily this December, reaching its peak at 2 p.m. This is around 1 to 2 degrees above the average temperature for this time of the year. Meanwhile, members of the public have been flocking to parks and public pools to try and beat the heat.
They love to come here for swimming. I think it's because the heat, and we really enjoy our stay here.
Actually, it was actually a hot day at home, so we decided to come out at the pool because we decided to have fun and enjoy the holidays before school starts again.
The weather office expects this heat to ease off in about 3 weeks, but only if we have some adverse weather first. Aliti Verivo, FBC News.
After the break, 5 months on, and Lao traders still not ready to sail.
Hi, I'm Sophie.
And I'm Tix.
You can join us on The Breakfast Show
every weekday from Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. right here on Today FM.
That's right.
नमस्ते दोस्तों, मिर्ची रफ्तार से मैं अश्निल सिंह। शामिल हो जाइए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे फ्रॉम 3 to 7 p.m.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. A Fijian woman is fighting for her life in hospital after being found in bushland in Western Sydney. The Green Valley Police Department says Monica Chetty had about 80% of burns to her face and body when they found her and was hardly recognizable. Chetty told police a man threw acid at her. Detective Senior Sergeant Michelle Ritchie told FBC News that members of the public have come forward with information.
We're obviously investigating a number of avenues at the moment, but at this stage we're speaking further with the hospital in relation to her injuries, and also, obviously we're doing some further checks on some bank records and people that last saw her. We're canvassing further witnesses and getting statements from family.
Residents of West Hoxton told the police they had seen the mother of three washing at their garden taps, asking for food, and even hanging her clothes on a park fence. The Environment Ministry is calling on the Lamy Town Council to present its foreshore lease documents. This follows a public protest and a consultation in December between the residents of Lamy, the Town Council, the Environment Ministry, and Industrial and Marine Engineering Limited, which intends to clean and carry out maintenance on its floating dock at the foreshore. An environment impact assessment of IMEL's project will determine its fate. IMEL, which had set up a site out on the foreshore, has since removed all its equipment and machinery. The ship Lao Trader, owned by the people of Lao, continues to be out of service and will remain so for some time. The passenger vessel, which is awaiting repairs, is currently docked at Muai Walu near the Queen's Wharf in Suva. It suffered damage to its shaft and propeller after it ran aground in Vanuatu, Lao 5 months ago. In the meantime, service has been maintained by smaller inter-island vessels. We turn to sports now, and Jamie, what do you have for us?
Good evening. Well, coming up, we get an update from the Fiji Sevens camp in Deumba, and the IRB implements a new scrum rule. Find out more after the break.
Nimbula, metango nimilote na isoro tambua. Nama kia uminarua kinaona na vya kavi moniti kina wakarambuka. Rongo mena vya sana kina vipa ka baro takini ndreko malolo. Ena Radio Fiji 1 na wongani pia niano. Ngai nama kia kina.
जहाँ हो प्यार का बसेरा और रिश्तों की खुशबू, वो है आपका अपना घर संसार. Join me on घर संसार, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. only on Radio Fiji 2.
Welcome back to FBC Sports. It was day 2 of the Fiji Sevens training camp in Deumba, with the 23 players having to give their all in preparation for the upcoming Las Vegas and Wellington tournaments. Training under the scorching heat, coach Ben Ryan is impressed by the effort being put in by players to make the final 12. Talentao Dakadaka reports.
A short break in the shade was welcomed by the Sevens training squad after a solid 1-hour training session.
The players hit the ground running from day one, and coach Ben Ryan has been impressed by the sense of cooperation between veterans and new players.
Boys are slowly bonding a bit more. It's always the same when new boys come in with the regulars. There's a bit of them and us to start with, and as soon as you get on the field and they start training, all that disappears. And it's the same, technically, defensively. Some of the new boys don't quite get what I'm trying to do in defence, and it only takes a word from one of the older boys, and they quickly organise themselves. So happy with all of that.
Discipline and commitment to striving for the best are Ryan's key goals for success, something he will be aiming for in the build-up to the next leg of the IRB series.
Now it's almost about making sure you don't get taken out of the 16, which is the first cut. So they've got to hang on in there and make sure that they do everything they can. For me, it's not whether they come first or last in the fitness, it's just whether their effort is there and they're committed, because that's what we're after, as well as all the skills and combinations.
Ryan will trim his squad from 23 to 16 this Friday, after which they will take a 4-day break from camp. Chalendo Kavak, FBC Sports.
The IRB looks set to ditch the current Yes 9 scrum call and replace it with a non-verbal pre-agreed instruction with immediate effect. Planet Rugby reports that the changes are due to be implemented at all levels of the game worldwide. A non-verbal instruction from the referee will be given to the scrum half when they consider the scrum to be square and stable. Scrum halves who put the ball in before the command by the referee are liable to be penalized. The non-verbal instruction must be agreed by the referee and both scrum halves at the start of the game. The Yes 9 call has been subject of some controversy in rugby circles, with one criticism being the fact that it can take away the crucial timing advantage of element of surprise for an attacking pack at scrum time by alerting the defending team exactly when to push. Critics also say the sequence effectively allows the defending side to push against 7 players as the hooker strikes for the ball. Former Lambasa striker Roy Krishna has made history, becoming the first Fijian player to land a contract in the A-League competition in New Zealand. The 26-year-old has signed on with Wellington Phoenix until the end of the 2013-2014 season. Krishna's impressive performance for Auckland City at the FIFA Club World Cup in Morocco last year triggered this call-up. Krishna has scored 14 goals in 22 appearances for Fiji, and while at Waitakere United, he netted 72 times in 103 appearances. In the Oceania Football Championships, he scored 16 goals in 27 games. Krishna will train with the Phoenix side for the first time tomorrow. And national volleyball rep Veronica Ngalo today departed for the New Mexico Military Institute in the United States to undertake a sports scholarship. The former St. Joseph Secondary School student is the latest recipient of the Oceania Foundation Scholarship and the third player nominated by Volleyball Fiji. The 18-year-old first broke into the national team in 2010, where she was part of the Fiji women's side that competed in the Asian Junior Championships in Vietnam. Ngalo was offered a scholarship for the spring semester, and should she perform well in her studies and in the sport, she will be rewarded with a full scholarship. The soft-spoken lass is looking forward to facing the challenge that lies ahead.
There'll be challenges and hardships. I'll be facing a lot of difficulties, but I know I can do it. I just have to do my best.
That's it from Sports Tonight. It's back to Jackie now with business.
The blackout throughout Viti Levu at about 3:30 yesterday morning was caused by a technical problem at the Kinoya power station. The FEA says due to this, the load carried by the station had to be taken up by generators at the Wailaw pumping station. However, since the Wailaw generators were running above 85% capacity, they couldn't take up the additional load. This caused all 4 generators to trip, resulting in the blackout. The FEA says prior to that, all 4 generators at the Wailaw power station were in full operation, as well as the one at the Kinoya power station. No other major power stations were in operation as the Viti Levu power demand was low early in the morning. The FEA has implemented precautionary measures to minimize such outages in Viti Levu and has apologized to customers. And An acting chief executive has been appointed for Fintel. George Samisoni, who is the manager commercial sales and marketing, takes over from Yowane Koroivuki, who has left the organization. Parent company Amalgamated Telecom Holdings says Samisoni has worked with Fintel for the last 34 years and served in various roles including engineering, network operations and business development and management. And Jen's here with the weather.
Thanks, Jackie. A mixed bag today with conditions ranging from cloudy to afternoon showers. The west, as usual, and Lambasa were lucky enough to enjoy some fine morning weather. 33 degrees is the dominant temperature today. It's also the highest. Ba's the only one on 32, while Nandi and Lautoka are on 31. If you ask me, these numbers don't reflect how hot it really is. We sure could use some of those record-breaking temperatures you talked about, Jackie. Tomorrow sees occasional showers over the eastern and interior parts of the larger islands. Elsewhere, keep an umbrella or raincoat on hand because you're going to have showers, especially in the afternoon or evening. For Koro Sea and Lao waters, southeast winds are at 25 knots, gusting to 40. Now here's something I could have done on my day off yesterday. I could have joined these kids at the Tiki Pool in Pack Harbour. Oh well, I'm sure they splashed around enough for the both of us, Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Genevieve. Recapping the headlines, the Nandi Weather Office says Fiji is experiencing some of the hottest weather in recent years and is likely to remain for the next few weeks. Vunindilo Bridge in Wailoku has been deemed a danger to public safety and closed to all traffic, and Fiji Roads Authority focuses on safety after recording more than 90 workplace accidents in 2013. To this week's poll question, we're asking, should the government fast-track its projects for 2014? Visit our FBC website to answer. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's all from the newsroom for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow evening. Good night.
Hope you're enjoying the music right now on Gold FM. Only the classic hits, especially if you're spending your time at home or around the office. I certainly hope you're taking it easy and enjoying the music coming your way. Well, I got a whole lot more to keep you moving and to keep you going right up until you reach knock-off time. I'm Kara. Join me every weekday from 2 to 7 on The Ride, only on Gold FM.
Bola, oya wasala bilawa. Do pataki au mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagaromboka. Kako ni valata na nomu suini sari na kai samariando loloma leone vani ni nau. Omgori ke de mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagaromboka. Ena Bula FM number 2 en sere.